All right, let's see. Main focus is gonna be Tesla and SPY. Let's take a look at Tesla here. Yeah, it looks like Tesla's setting up for a short. Yeah, definitely setting up for a short. We got a gap to fill at 123. Best entry is 123. Might be willing to take even a starting position before that. Tesla's gonna be my top watch here for puts. Let's see. This would be a partial gap close reversal if I got in now. 119 strike is trading at $3.45. I'm gonna keep a close eye on Tesla here. All right, guys, Tesla's on my top watch here. I'm looking at a 119 put strike potentially. If this support reacts as a resistance, it goes super bearish here. All right, I'm in on Tesla puts. I'm going to be scaling into Tesla puts here. All right, so guys, the reasons why I decided to buy Tesla puts, it's trying to turn this key pre-market support here into a resistance level. So that's one reason. Another reason is there's a gap to fill at 123. So it's trying to partially fill the gap and have a reversal. So those are the main reasons as of now. In terms of the max risk for this trade, probably the pre-market highs, right around the pre-market highs would be the max risk on this. If I risk more than the pre-market high, then it's gonna be $123. So yeah, those would be the max risk levels on that. All right, we'll see how this reacts towards pre-market highs. It's approaching. Let's take a look at SPY real quick. $381 is going to be make or break for the SPY here. This 381 level is going to be make or break. We are expecting some sort of small pullback on SPY at 381.40. That was yesterday's previous closing price. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that 381.40. I'm going to send alert for 381.40 on the SPY. Tesla's approaching pre-market high. Let's see. But yeah, I'm thinking we get a small pullback on the SPY at $381.40. All right, Tesla is trying to already form some resistance at the pre-market high retest. So we'll see. SPY's at 381.16. All right, guys, Tesla puts are fluctuating like crazy now. I was just down 17%. Now I'm only down 4%. It started to kind of drop as soon as it touched that pre-market high. Also, the SPY just hit that key level. Our key level for SPY is the previous closing price of yesterday at 381.40. That's make or break. I'm thinking initially we get a small pullback at 381.40. That's what I'm thinking for the SPY. If it breaks above that, then it's going to try to go to that 382.70. That's where it would go from there. So we'll see. All right, so for Tesla, we got to form some sort of lower highs on puts here. If we can't form lower highs, this is going to break out. So we got to start forming a lower high soon on this. All right, so we are seeing an attempt for lower highs on Tesla here. It's trying to turn the closing price of this candle into a lower high. Let's see if it can maintain under that. Key is it has to maintain under that. I like how this chart is setting up. If it can form lower highs, I like how it's setting up. We'll see. If it forms lower highs and starts to pull back, I'm going to scale into Tesla puts. It's still trying to hold up. Let's see, what is SPY at? SPY is at 381.30. Let's see if the SPY can start to pull back. So SPY just touched the previous closing price of yesterday. Tesla just formed higher support, which is not good. It's going to try to break out here. Let's see how SPY is reacting as well. Yes, SPY is reacting bullish, forming support at the previous closing price. That can change quickly though. But so far we're getting bullish reactions. We got bullish reactions on SPY and Tesla. I'll give it a couple minutes. If it's still reacting bullish, then I'm likely going to get out of puts. But yeah, Tesla's getting ready to break out here. Okay, so this is make or break for the SPY here. This is make or break on the SPY. If it turns 381.40 into resistance, it starts to go bearish. If it reacts as support, then it maintains bullish. We're at a lot of make or break levels. Tesla's approaching that make or break gap. So we are approaching a lot of make or break levels within the market. If they can start to form lower highs, then like I said, I'm going to start scaling into puts. The absolute most I would risk on Tesla is the gap. There's a gap on Tesla towards 123. That's my absolute max risk on that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're getting the pullback. This doesn't mean that it's bearish, that we're starting to see a small pullback here on the SPY and Tesla, because it could form higher support at the previous resistance level. So we're trying to see if it's going to form higher support or not. I don't know, man. The SPY just seems a little overextended right now. It seems a little overextended. I'm leaning more on puts, but I'm definitely gonna wait a bit on that, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off. I would not want to be in on SPY calls though, that's for sure. This is not looking, I don't think it's gonna be looking the greatest from here overall. Yeah, SPY's forming lower highs, guys. SPY's forming lower highs. It looks like it's setting up for a pullback here on the SPY. Yeah, SPY looks like it's setting up for a pullback here. It's crazy how that idea literally worked. As soon as it hit 381.40, it had a small pullback, had a small print there. It's got to start forming lower highs if it wants to pull back though. All right, Tesla's still sitting at higher support, so Tesla is still bullish. Yeah, it's trying really hard to fill that gap. We'll see. There's this gap at 123. Let me draw a line there. That'd be the best entry, 123. I took I got in for the partial. I got in early. Partial gap close reversal, not the best. All right, so we got a doji on Tesla. It's going to be interesting to see how Tesla reacts here. We got this doji at the highs towards pre-market high retest. So we'll see. It's trying to pull back ever since it formed this doji here. But it's still sitting above higher support. Let's see what a SPY at. Yeah, so guys, everything's bullish, man. Everything's bullish. There's no reason for puts right now. Everything's still bullish. Puts are getting wrecked right now. Everything is still bullish. Tesla's on track for 123 at this point. I'm gonna hang on to puts though, because I am seeing some type of patterns where we could pull back past 10 a.m. I am seeing some potential where we can pull back past 10 a.m. So it's kind of just trying to survive until then, which is in like 10 minutes. So we'll see. But there is no strong reason for puts right now. SPY keeps sitting around this 381.40. This is a make or break level on the SPY here, this 381.40. Yeah, it's gonna need to start breaking out if the bulls want to run this up. But yeah, like I said, I am seeing some sort of patterns where we could pull back at 10. So I'm kind of just trying to survive till then. If we can't start pulling back around that 10 a.m.-ish time period, then I'm likely just gonna have to get out of puts. The most I'm risking on this is the gap. There's a gap at 123. We just triggered dark blue on the squeeze, so that can indicate a small pullback as well. All right, let's see how the SPY is reacting. So guys, SPY is turning that 381.40 into resistance, and we got a double top on SPY. We got a double top on Tesla. I'm liking this, man. I'm liking how we're setting up. I think we're setting up for a pullback overall. I think SPY puts are overall decent. If you have a 381 strike, I think that's fine. Let's see. 381 strikes are currently at $1.13. Yeah, I'm liking both, man. I'm liking the idea of SPY puts. Yeah, SPY puts 381 strike is gonna print, man. These look really good. That's a nice bearish confirmation there. They just printed. They just went in the money. Um, let's see, what is Tesla at? Tesla's pulling back as well. But yeah, I think we're gonna pull back around that next 30-minute candle. Let's see, man. I'm debating if I should get in on SPY puts as well. I have this Tesla put. Let me see what SPY. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep a close eye on SPY here. That's gonna be a top watch. All right, so I do have my orders ready if I decide to take this. I'm looking at SPY 381 puts. That's gonna be a top watch for me here. They just went back out of the money. They're at like $1.05. So we'll see, man. Around 10 a.m. is what I'm interested in, and I want to see how we react towards 10 a.m. here. Let me take a look at 30-minute. Yeah, so I mean the 30-minute candle, it is super bullish. But if this starts to open up red, I'm leaning towards puts still. Let's see how it closes. It's just overall a little too extended, I think. It's due for that pullback. But yeah, as long as we're above 381.40, it's gonna remain bullish as long as we're above 381.40. All right, Tesla is back in the 119s. Now I'm only down 12% on that. Ooh, let's see if SPY's forming a triple top here. Let's see if this is going to be a triple top or not. So if we start dropping around 10, I'm probably going to scale into puts on SPY. But yeah, Tesla, man, this Tesla just went under 120. SPY's trying to form higher support. So it's going to try to break out here. Let's see how it reacts, if it's going to be a triple top or not. Yeah, things are about to heat up. We got 3 minutes to see how this reacts. SPY's got the higher support. All right, let's see if it's going to fake out again. Server number 38140 is make or break. As of now, we have like a triple top on the SPY towards that level. It is trying to form higher support. So we're just trying to determine if it's going to be a fake out or not, coming here soon. But yeah, it is forming some higher support here. So it's forming higher support here. So if it doesn't fake out, the next level the SPY is going to go to is 382.70. 382.70, right around there would be the next resistance level. So about $1 spike if it doesn't fake out. So we'll see. Next 30-minute candle is going to be opening up in 1 minute. So we'll see how everything kind of reacts here. See META. Oh yeah, META looks fairly strong. All right, so SPY is back at 381.50. Let's see. So it's gonna be 10 a.m. here in 30 seconds. Okay, so check this out. We're already having a pullback. It's already trying to pull back as it's approaching that 10 a.m. So this is gonna be the reaction I'm gonna be looking for. I've seen some patterns where we could start to drop around this time. If not, then 10:30 a.m. But some sort of drop I think should be coming. But it's still bullish as long as it's above 381.40. That's the thing. It's still bullish as long as it's above. All right, 30-minute candle just opened up. We're opening up with a breakout here. So SPY is breaking out off this 30-minute candle. It instantly shot back up as soon as it opened. So overall, 382.70 is the next resistance on the SPY. If it goes under 381.50, then it's gonna try to flip bearish again. But as of now, it's above. Tesla's sitting at this 121, Tesla's trying to decide if it wants to form lower highs or not. It's trying to form higher support, but it's also trying to form lower highs. It's kind of like stuck in the middle. We'll see. Yeah, so SPY's on track for 382.70 at this point. So this 381.10, this is a super key level. Ooh, look at the 30-minute on SPY. They're trying to flip it. Look at the 30-minute on SPY. They're trying to flip this red here. Look at the 30-minute on SPY, guys. Take a look at the 30-minute chart on SPY. Tesla just formed lower highs. Man, if this can just drop under like 381.40 to 381.60, then it's gonna trigger a nice pullback, in my opinion. If this can go under that, I'm gonna send an alert for that. At or below 381.50. If we could start to go under that on the SPY and turn that into a resistance level, it's gonna trigger a nice pullback, I think. I really think that would trigger it. See, it's got to crack this previous resistance, this 381.55. All right, Tesla's forming lower highs. Let's see if it can crack support at 119.75. SPY is still forming support at the previous resistance, so it is still bullish. If it goes under, it's going to try to flip. But yeah, man, things are picking up, man. Things are picking up. It's getting fairly interesting. Puts still have a chance. We just gotta see. So Tesla just held support. SPY just held support. I'm telling you, man, if they can just drop SPY under this, if they can go under the closing price of the last 30-minute candle, it's gonna start to flip bearish. Look at the 30-minute candle on SPY. See, you see how it's red now? They're trying to flip SPY super fucking bearish, man. That's what they're trying to do here. This 381.50. So that's a good sign, man. This is good sign. This is good sign for bears here. This is all good sign for bears here. Good sign for bears here. But yeah, I'm holding off on SPY puts. I'm still holding off on them for now. All right, so guys, Tesla puts are still down 13%. SPY's at a make or break 381.50, still forming support. Tesla just cracked support. This is all good signs here. But yeah, I am a little hesitant on SPY because the only thing that has been making money on the SPY today has been call options on dips. So I am a little bit hesitant on that. And it's still above that 381.40. That 381.40 was the level of interest for a short. It's still above it. So I'm still very hesitant on the SPY. But for Tesla, man, it needs to crack this 119.70. Need to go under 119.70. That's the key here for Tesla. Ooh, SPY's trying to form a lower high. SPY's trying to form a lower high here. It's going to try to break down our key level if it can maintain that lower high. SPY's going to attempt to drop here. But yeah, the 30-minute chart is starting to really gain my interest on SPY. So maybe I might do something towards 10:30 a.m. Gotta wait. Tesla's ripping back up. Oh man, this is such a frustrating trade. Yeah, SPY's still holding that key level. All right, Tesla's at 382. Next level's 382.70 to 383 on Tesla. I mean, on SPY. All right, guys, Tesla's setting ready to break out here. I've held this long enough. I think I'm just gonna cut this for 30% here. I've already held this too long. It's just not going in my direction. All right, I'm gonna start selling Tesla puts here for my loss. All right, I scaled out of half here. I'm looking to scale out more here soon. All right, guys, I cut Tesla puts here for a 30% loss. So, everything's just looking bullish, man. We're just looking overall bullish. Everything is just flipping bullish. All right, guys, I'm in on SPY calls on a 382 in the money, 40 cent in the money strike here. And I'm looking to ride these out, man. All right, so guys, next resistance level on the SPY is 382.70 to 383. If we can break above $383, then we're gonna be going to 386 to fill the gap today. Best level for puts is 386. I have no interest in doing puts at 383. Everything is looking like we're just setting up to break out today. If you aren't on calls and you want to play it safe, then just sell at the 383 resistance. That'd be the smart thing to do. But man, based off of what I'm seeing, man, it looks like today's the day it just wants to break out, man. It's just bullish. Like calls on dips are just printing like crazy, and there's no sign of that changing anytime soon. But yeah, we are likely to see a pullback initially towards this level because it is key resistance. But if the SPY if you see this go above 383, calls are going to really start to print. All right, so guys, SPY is consistently turning those previous resistance levels into support. I'm telling you, man, this is looking super bullish for today. I think we're gonna break out later, not like right away, but later. So I'm just gonna be holding and riding calls. Calls are up 17%. I'm almost break even on the day. So we'll see, man. But the way this looks, I mean, it's looking super bullish overall. And for puts, I'm not even gonna attempt to do puts if it flips bearish at 383. I've identified daily patterns where this can close very strong today. So in terms of puts, 386 is the only level I'm willing to do a put, is at 386. Nothing lower than 386. So I just gotta stick to that plan, man. But things are looking overall bullish. Just gotta break above this major resistance at this 383. But today looks like the day, man. It looks like the day. Yeah, it just formed higher support. All right, so guys, we're approaching that 383 resistance. Yesterday 382.70 was a key resistance level on the SPY. That's already reacting as a support level. So yeah, man, if we could just break above this 383, turn that into support, we're looking at a big upside potential move to fill the gap. If we can't break out, then it's going to drop back to 381.50, right around 381.50, which would be the make or break. My max risk on this trade would be 381.50, right around that 381.40 level would be my max risk on this. But yeah, if you aren't on calls, like I said, you can always play it safe and look to scale out some size here. Calls are still up 14%. All right, so we got some resistance coming in at that 383. So the next level it's going to try to drop to is going to be this 382 level. 382 would be the next level that it drops to. Yeah, this 382 to 381.70. Let me clear this up. Let's get some clear zones going here. Okay, 382, 382. 382.70 and 381. We'll say 381.30, 381.40. Okay, so those are our three levels. These are the three levels. So pullback to 382, that's very, very realistic. For true strength for the bulls, it doesn't even pull back there. But very realistic to see a pullback to 382. The key is we need to stay above 382. And if you're wondering, well, when is this going to break out and really start to run? That's going to happen once it can turn this 382.70 into a floor. Once it can start consolidating, see right now it's below, so it's not going to happen right now. Once it can break above 382.70 and start consolidating, forming a floor, that's when it's going to start to break out. Until then, it's going to try to drop to 382. So right now it's under, so that means it's going to try to drop to 382. In terms of the trend today, the overall trend has been calls on dips. So if you see a nice dip, that's where the money has been made, people who are buying the dip. And I'm going to stick with that trend for the most part. And then in terms of, when we take off, we really start to take off once that 382.70 reacts as a support. And right now it's reacting as a lower high as a resistance. Therefore, it's going to try to go to 382. But yeah, I'm sticking and I'm focusing with the trend now. The trend has been to be buying call options on dips. The best dip you can get from here would be like that 382. That's a good level for calls, would be $382. I bought calls when they were at 382.30, so slightly above that level. All right, let's see. It's 10:26, 30-minute candle's about to close. It's closing fairly strong. Not the strongest, but fairly strong. And it can still spike within these next 3 minutes. That happens all the time. So we'll see how we react towards 382. I might even add some here soon if I like how this reacts. Let's see. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna actually hold off on the ad. I want to see how we react past 10:30 a.m. All right, let's see how we react to this 382. So 382 was the overall previous resistance. We should see a bounce towards 381.90 to 381.90 to 382. We'll see. 30-minute candle just opened up. Let's see how it reacts. So in terms of the short term, you're gonna want to see bulls are gonna need to stay above 382.30 for the short term to break out for the short term. They need to stay above this previous closing 30-minute candle. If they can stay above that, then we're gonna see a breakout sooner than later. If they go below, then the next level is gonna be 381.90. So we'll see. It's already bouncing off the previous closing of that 30-minute candle. So we'll see how it starts to react. I'm telling you, man, it's gotta form support at that 382.70. If it can't start forming support, then we're gonna hit 382. But if it can form support at 382.70, that's what's gonna send it to break out. Right now it's still resistance. It's still lower highs. Still reacting as resistance. If they can stay above this 382.40, they're really going to try to break this out if they can hold this 382.40 here. See, they're already trying to break this out. The bulls are definitely trying to show up, like they are showing strength here. See, they're trying to form higher support already. They're already trying to turn the previous highs of these 1-minute candles into support levels. So that's a good sign, man. But the crazy move doesn't happen until 382.70 is a confirmed floor. Right now they're trying to turn it into a floor, but you know it's gonna take a couple minutes to like see if it's a floor or not. But yeah, bulls are winning, man. So remember that 382.70. If it's holding above 382.70, that's when the crazy move's gonna hit. If you look at this 30-minute candle, it's reacting the same way that the previous 30-minute candles have been reacting. If you've been looking at the 30-minute chart, as soon as they open, they turn the previous close of the 30-minute candle into support, and then it starts to take off. It keeps on doing that. It keeps on turning the previous 30-minute candle's closing price into support at the open, and then it starts to pump once it does that. But like I said, you know, that move isn't going to happen until they can turn this 382.70 into support. That's the key make or break level, 382.70. If they start to turn that into a floor, then SPY's going to start breaking out like crazy, because that's that overall key resistance level that I was looking at. This right here, this like 382, basically, yeah, right around this 382.70, this 382.70, right around there. Let me see. Let's take a look at 5-minute. Yeah, man, I think 382.70 is that key level. Not even 383. I think 382.70. I think that's the level that needs to turn into a floor. And now we're back under. So we just gotta wait and see if they can do this or not. I think they're gonna be able to do it. It's just gonna take time. Like, I wouldn't expect it to happen right away because this was just at 379. You know, it already had a massive move to the upside. So I wouldn't expect it to just happen right away and keep on skyrocketing. I think this would take time. But based off the trend, the overall trend is signaling that today's the day we break out. I mean, we faked out for 3 days in a row straight. 3 days in a row straight at 383. I was looking at the trend, man, and I was looking at the daily chart, and the daily chart was basically saying that SPY's going to want to close strong towards the highs on the gap up today. That's what the pattern was showing on the chart. Today's the 4th day we retested 383. Like, it's just bound to happen. It's just bound to break out. If it wanted to crash, it would be crashing like right now. Okay, so look, this is what I'm talking about. So we're starting to get a floor. This is good. So we're starting to get a floor at 382.70. Remember, all we really want is that floor at 382.70, and we're starting to get it. So this is very good for the bulls. This is very, very good price action that we're seeing for the bulls, because we're turning that super key major resistance previous 3-day level into support. And what did I tell you? I told you it's gonna start to break out like crazy once 382.70 starts to turn into a floor. So we just turned it into a floor. SPY just turned 382.70 into a floor. It consolidated at 382.70 for about 4 minutes. And as you could see, it's about to get a new high of the day. That's the crazy move that we're expecting. So this is very good price action for the bulls. We just got the new high of day. Absolutely no reason to be selling calls. 382.70 is a floor. Why would I want to sell my call options when a key major resistance level is reacting as a strong floor, a strong support level, when the overall trend is clearly showing that SPY is having very, very small pullbacks, and every single pullback it recovers and it goes higher. So the overall trend, like I said, was to be buying, after I cut puts, was to be buying call options on dips, and we did get a nice dip. I was considering buying the dip right around here at 382.20. But I didn't, I kind of hesitated on that. If it would have went to 382, 20 cents lower, then I might have bought some. But so far so good for the bulls, man. So far so good. So from here what you'd want to look for is you basically want to look for 383 to turn into the floor. But like I said, as long as we're staying above 382.70, I'm very happy holding calls as long as we're staying above 382.70. Max pain is going to be 381.50 for me. If I were trying to take a smaller loss, than $382. But this is very good overall. This is healthy price action. I think we're seeing very healthy overall price action here. Let's see if we can bounce off of this 382.70, because we do want to stay above this. If we can start to bounce right around this 382.90 to 382.80, then it's super bullish for the short term. All right, so the bulls are attempting to form a higher floor here. Let's see if they can break out. If they can form a higher floor right here, right now, then this is really good for the bulls. They're trying to, but you want to give it a couple more candlesticks before confirming. It's only been like 2 minutes. But that's very good for the bulls here. They're forming a higher floor at 382.90. This was also key level. 382.90 was a key level. 383 is a key level. Very good price action for the bulls here. But yeah, we're gonna see a massive move later on throughout the day, man. This look at this. It went from 383 all the way to 377. That was a 6-point move. Like if SPY can turn 383 into support, it's gonna be a massive move to the upside. And if not, my max pain is 382 to 381.50. But we're already forming higher floors. We just formed a higher floor at 381.90. This is so bullish. Just formed a higher floor at 381.90. And the fact that it's doing it that quickly is like super bullish. That's like true strength type of bullish. Like it's making it very easy to hold calls. But yeah, man, this is good, man. The Bulls are holding a nice floor at key levels. This is very good. Like I said, I'm not expecting, you know, a massive, crazy move to happen right away because it already spiked from 379 to 383, and this is like major resistance. So it's gonna take time. It's definitely gonna take time. But once it happens, it's gonna happen quickly. It's just like, when is it gonna happen? If we can just keep on, consolidating and holding support within time, it's going to happen. The key is just patience. I wouldn't expect anything right away because this was literally at 377 in the pre-market. But based off of everything that I'm seeing, it should happen. It's just going to require a lot of patience. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts, man. Every single 30-minute candle is green and bullish. There's literally no reason for puts. Like, yeah, it's at resistance, but there's no confirmation. I mean, 3 days. This failed 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row at 383 it failed. Like, today has to be the day. It just has to be the day where it wants to break out. All right, let's see how we react to 382.70. That's the key level that I've been focusing on overall. Let's see how we can react towards 382.70. 15 minutes till the next 30-minute. Let's see. All right, so we already bounced off at 382.70. Alright, so guys, next 30-minute candle opens up in 10 minutes. Just gotta wait things out. We keep on bouncing off of 382.70. If you study the trend, every single time this drops, it shoots right back up. That's why I feel, extremely comfortable holding calls. Now, if that starts to change, I know my max risk. My max risk is 382 to 381.50 is my max pain. But like I said, man, if you just focus on the trend, if you're scalping, you don't even have to hold. If you focus on the trend, man, these small little dips are quick prints. Look at it. My calls were just up 1% on that dip. They were up 1%. They're up 20% now. You can scalp that. You can scalp that all day, man. You can scalp that all day. So in terms of the trend, calls on dips has been the trend for the entire day. SPY has been trying to push higher. It has had some small, tiny little pullbacks, but you don't want to try to catch the top because it's continuing to go higher. That's why. All right, so SPY is just sitting at 383, just consolidating, not really doing much. This is very healthy, though. We're seeing very, very healthy price action for the bulls. This is a very major resistance level, and it's consistently consolidating towards this level. It's not having massive pullbacks. So overall, I would say that's healthy. All right, guys. SPY has a nice floor currently at 3. The new floor is forming was this 382.80 level. We just want to stay above 382.70. That's the main level we want to stay above. Next 30-minute candle is going to be opening up in 4 minutes. So if you've been looking at these 30-minute candles, what it likes to do is it likes to either have a small tiny drop and then just rocket, or it rockets right off the closing price of the 30-minute candle. So again, extremely healthy price action for the bulls, man. This is absolutely phenomenal. So my account just flipped red to green on the day. I lost 30% on Tesla puts, and then I cut my loss. Now I'm up 30% on SPY calls, and I'm up a little on the day. I sized in not too much bigger in size, just a little bit more on the SPY calls. But I'm gonna ride these out. You know, if you aren't on calls, you can always look to scale out on the rips and lock profits. I normally do not hold this long, but I'm seeing strong reasons to be holding. But I would encourage people to definitely lock in like profits. 100% would encourage that, because we are at, you know, key resistance. I'm being extremely like confident in this situation, which can cost me all my profits. I mean, you've seen my calls go from being up 30% to down like 1%. So, but yeah, I'm liking how this is panning out. I am gonna look to like scale out on some rips. I have 60 contracts. I am gonna look to scale out like some size on the rips, like from here. I'm not trying to be super greedy and just hold full size till a price target. Trends can change at any time. If I see signs of a trend changing, then I'll start scaling out basically. But this is good, man. I think this is good. I think this is all healthy for bulls. I think the bulls are gonna win the day, as of now. All right, so the 30-minute candle just opened up. Let's see how we react. So based off of how we've been reacting, we either get a small pullback initially, then it rockets, or it just rockets right out the gate. So we'll see. Key is to just really stay above 382.70. As long as we're holding above that, then I'm overall satisfied with this. All right, so right off the gate, we got the pullback. So I'm looking for a bounce around 382.70. The higher, the better. We'll see if we can have some sort of bounce here around that support. All right, so we just saw a small bounce here. Let's see where's the bottom of that. 382.80. We just saw a small bounce off of 382.80. So for the bulls to start to break out, they need to turn this 383.10 into support. For the bears to start to break down, they need to stay under 383.10 and it will start to break down. So basically it's going to start to drop if 383.10 reacts as a resistance here. It's going to start to drop to about 382.50, right around there. So yeah, this is like a micro make or break here. All right, so bears just try to form some lower highs, so they're going to try to drop it. But remember, these are 1 minute candles, so this can all change very, very quickly, but that's what's happening right now. The bears are trying to form a lower high. Bulls are also holding support, so yeah, it's in a battle zone right now. All right, so the lower highs have been confirmed. So the next level that SPY is going to drop to is going to be this 382.50. That's the next level is where it's going to try to drop to. If it goes under that, then we go to this 382 to 382.30 level. But remember that 382.70 is key support as well, and it just tried to bounce off of that, so we'll see. All right, guys, SPY just formed another lower high, so it is going to try to go lower. You can see the previous support was right here at $382.80. That just reacted as a resistance. Now it's going lower. So the next support level is at $382 overall. 382 is the next support level. There is some support at 382.20 as well. So that's the next support zone that SPY is going to try to drop to. All right, so far we bounced off of 382.28. If you are in on calls and you do want to play it safe, then you would want to consider scaling out on this rip. You just got to know your max pain and your max risk. Calls on dips are still printing, so I'm gonna continue to hold these out. And just so you guys know, like this isn't like my strategy in terms of like holding options and hoping for breakouts. Like this is something that I don't do. So, if I do lose, I clearly do deserve it. Just so you understand that. Like I usually just sell at resistance and then not hold. So 383 is obviously a resistance level. So and usually like instead of hoping for it to break out, I would just sell at resistance for a win. That's what I would usually do. And I normally do not hold for this long of a time. I've been holding these for quite some time. So just understand that, you have to trade the chart and, what is the chart telling us? There's a lot of resistance at 383, but calls on dips are still printing. So scalpers have been making a lot of money these past couple hours on dips. Whereas if you were to just hold it, you're not really making any money yet. But yeah, if you do want to play it safe, you can look to scale out here. All right, guys, I'm actually going to scale out of some calls here. I'm looking to scale out of calls here. I'm going to start scaling out on some size. All right, I'm going to scale out of some calls right now. All right, so far I sold half here for like a 7% win. I'm probably going to sell more here soon if it starts breaking down. In terms of absolute max pain, 381.80 would be the max pain on calls. If it does go to 381.80, calls are going to get wrecked, but it's likely going to pump back up. It would obviously be more ideal to, for it to drop to 381.80, sell calls for profit, drop to 381.80, and then buy the dip again. That would be a lot more ideal because they'd be a lot cheaper. But we'll see. I currently have half size left. The overall trend is still bullish. All right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to sell more here. I don't like the 30 minute, how the 30 minutes looking right now. All right, I scaled out the rest here for 7%. So in terms of, why I decided to get out, I've been holding these for almost like 2 hours, and there's clearly a lot of resistance at 383. The pullbacks haven't been too big. My entry on those were 382.30. At the peak, I was up 30%. But in terms of reasons why I decided to get out is because, number one, I normally don't hold that long. I'm a scalper, and if I were to be scalping these dips, I'd be making a lot more in the first place, and it'd be less stressful. Number two, I don't like hoping for breakouts. 383 is a resistance level, so for me to hold and hope that it's going to break out, that's kind of against my rules, and I was up 30% when it hit 383, so it's like I don't want to be pushing too hard if I'm going against my rules, right? So those are the two main rules that I've been breaking. Sometimes I'll look to hold longer, but it's like I've been holding for almost 2 hours, right? So it's like it's been long enough. These are like 0 date options. There's theta decay. Like it's super fucking risky holding these that long. So those are the reasons why I decided to sell my calls for 7% win. But if we go to 381.80, I'm gonna look to get back in. But yeah, those are the reasons why. Another reason why is there's people in the chat talking about a pullback to 381.80, and it's definitely realistic for this to drop to 381.80 and then pump back up. I can definitely see that occurring. The 30-minute candle is not the most bullish. If you're looking at the 30-minute chart, you have this red 30-minute candle coming in. This could change though within the next 6 minutes. But as of now it's red and it's not the most bullish. So I mean, it could drop to 381.80 within some time. And the problem is, holding 0 dates, like there's theta and we're approaching a slow period of the day, so it just doesn't make sense for me to continue to hold those. But I tried, I tried. I gave this plenty of time and I tried. And it's like I wasn't trying for something super great. I was literally trying to break my rules and profit. If I would have stuck to my rules, I would have sold for 20, 30% win. But yeah, I still made profit on it. Still like 8% win. I'm gonna wait till like 381.80. So basically what I'm waiting for here is I'm looking for a lower dip to be buying. And if I miss out on the move, then I miss out on the move. Like it is what it is, man. If I miss out, I miss out. I'm gonna show a lot more interest in trading towards power hour. I think we're gonna have a really good power hour. Yesterday's power hour, I was like literally on fire. There was so much good opportunities in the last hour of the day yesterday for puts, and then the last couple minutes even calls. Like I'm mainly gonna be trading from power hour from here, but I'm still going to be focused on looking for a dip to buy call options. So my key level would be 381.80. That's the key level. This previous overall resistance towards this 381.80-ish zone, right around that zone is where I'd want to rebuy. If I miss out on the move, I miss out on the move, man. It is what it is. But I still believe the overall trend is bullish. I definitely believe that. Like if I had a further expiration, I would still be looking to hold calls because I got in at 382.30. The best level in my opinion is 381.80, so it's not too far off. So if I had a further expiration, I would still be holding calls. So if you are ever looking to hold an option, make sure it's not a 0 date and make sure you're looking to do further expirations. So like one of the reasons why I like further expirations as well, it kind of enforces me to stick to my rules because you're not supposed to hold those. You have to like get in, get out very, very quickly. So it enforces my rules to not hold. But there are certain trades where I do kind of want to hold a little bit longer. They're definitely out there. It's just if I'm not doing a further expiration, then I'm just not going to be able to hold for a certain extent to a certain extent. See, man, this is what I'm talking. They always try to flip this shit. This is why the 30 minute. It's 30 minutes not confirmed until the last, until that last second of that candle closing. The bulls literally just flip this to bullish. If they can hold this for 3 minutes, SPY's gonna try to break out again. It's just not a good time. It's not a good time to be trading. It's like the middle. It's lunchtime. It's slow. But I mean, for scalping, it can definitely be ideal to scalp. It's just not a good time to be holding, I'd say. Holding for a big move around this time. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be mainly focused on power hour trading from here. So my main thoughts are the best level for calls is 381.80. Once 383 breaks out and turns into a floor, it goes super bullish, starts to fill the gap. Best level for puts is at the 386 gap. So that's my overall analysis, man. Based off the trend is still bullish. Calls on dips are still printing. Even the 30-minute candle is trying to close strong here. But I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I think let's see how it reacts at the open of this. All right, so the 30-minute candle ended up closing strong. Man, look at Tesla, man. Gosh, the strategy worked perfectly on Tesla, man. It's just such a great lesson to wait for the best price. The best price was at the gap. There was a gap to fill in Tesla at 123.15. The high of day on Tesla is 123.57. Now it's at 126. Puts would have done easily 33%. If you went with 123 puts when it filled the gap, and there was confirmation, it formed lower highs right here. It formed lower highs, red candles, broke below the gap, all confirmation. Those 123 puts would be up at least 25% right now. Man, I should have been on that. That was a good one. Those Tesla puts were a nice play at the gap for a scalp. SPY's back at 383. The 30-minute candle closed strong. So yeah, man, that's unfortunate. It flipped bullish last minute. It was literally bearish at like. So you see how fast it flips. Now you guys know that 30-minute candle is not confirmed until the last minute of that closing candle, until it opens up basically. So yeah, SPY looks good, man. That 30-minute candle closed strong. Overall trend is still bullish. Well, look, man, I'm gonna call it. We're at a slow period of the day. Like I said, calls on dips was the trend, was the move to focus on as a scalper. But I'm gonna call it, man. These are it's not at my ideal entries to be entering. I bought calls at 382.30, sold for a small win, didn't scalp it, held it, and then I sold right before and ended up breaking out. So if you do want to hold an option, if that's what you want to do, you got to go with further expirations, man. It's just those same days you just can't hold them, man. You just can't hold them. They're just too it's just too risky and too tough of a trade to be holding. So but yeah, you guys know I scalp, I don't hold, but I wanted to go against my rules. I wanted to hold, and therefore one of the mistakes was not buying the right expiration. That was one of the mistakes. I went with the same day expiration. If you want to hold an option, don't go with a same day expiration. But you know me, I don't hold period. Like I usually get out within 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. I was holding that for an hour and 30 minutes. You cannot be patient and hold a same day expiration. It gets to a point of time where you just have to exit, even if you think your price target's going to hit. It just doesn't make sense to hold it because of the theta decay and potential drops that can occur in the slow periods of the day. So I would say biggest mistake I made was doing a same day expiration if I wanted to break my rules and hold an option and hope for a breakout. Biggest mistake was doing the same day expiration. If I want to break my rules, I have to do it at least logically, and it's not logical to hold the same day that long. So, but yeah, I'm gonna call it, man. It's not my ideal entry. I don't chase. I'm gonna call it for now. If it hits 386, that's where I'm gonna scalp a put. If it retests 383 and reacts to support, I might do a call. But it's likely going to be a further expiration. It's likely going to be a further expiration if I get in on that, just because the entry isn't that great and I may want to hold that for a bit longer. That's another, like, if you're not getting an amazing entry, you shouldn't be in a trade period. But like, if you're not getting a great entry, definitely do not do a same day expiration. Same day expirations, you need amazing entries and you have to time it very, very well, and you have to scalp it. So I'm gonna call it from here. I'll let you guys know in chat if I decide to do anything. 383 is a key level. If it reacts to support, then it's going to be another opportunity to dip by the calls. This just topped out at 383.52. If it drops 50 cents, previous resistance reacts to support, calls pump again. So just remember, man, do not fight the trend. The trend all day has been SPY continues to go higher, and then it has a small pullback, and then it bottoms at a key previous resistance level and it pumps back up. So calls on dips have been the move. Calls on dips, every time it drops like 50 cents, 60 cents, it pumps right back up. Do not fight the trend. From here, the bulls just need to hold that 383 and it will continue to pump if they can do that. That's my overall thoughts. That's my overall analysis. SPY's having a gap breakout. So if you look at the overall chart here, let's see. The key resistance. So this is your key resistance right here at $383. It was reacting as a roof for 3 days straight. Now it's reacting as a support level. Your next resistance level is at 383.38. Once it breaks above 383.38 and turns that into support, it's going to start to rally to fill the gap. There is no resistance. It's going to start to fill the gap at 386. What would need to happen is it needs to break out and turn 383.38 into a support level. Then it triggers a gap breakout. A gap breakout means there's no resistance. It's going to start to fill the gap because there's no resistance. So 383.38 is make or break here. As of now, the trend has been bullish. It's been going higher. Every single dip on calls has been printing. And there's a gap to fill at 386.25. The best level for puts is 386.25. Even if it reacted bearish at 383.30 and reacted as a gap fake out, I would not consider puts. I would wait until 386.28. That is the best level for puts. I've identified a trend on the daily chart where it's going to try very, very hard to close strong towards the highs and have a very nice breakout day. Doesn't mean it's going to happen though, but that's what I've identified. So I'm going to be avoiding puts at all costs at these levels, and I'm going to wait until 386. If I miss out, I miss out. This is still super bullish. Nothing bearish about this. I'm going to wrap it up from here. You guys know what to look for. 383 from here. Do not continue to chase the trend. Wait for small pullbacks at key levels. Key levels are 383 and 383.40. Those are the levels where you look for pullbacks from here if you're trying to buy higher. Do not be buying any higher than that if you're buying calls. I'm going to cut it off from here. I'll be in the chat room if you guys have any questions, and I'll keep you up.